Focus. I'm going to focus on the story. That I've been commenting thus far. He is the one who has business with Hermes. If you wish to attend, you will have to ask his permission. I don't want to ask his permission. He's a meanie. See, not even my character
This
can like
appears to be the place.
focus.
And here is where we part ways.
Oh.
We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins.
Like, oh, look at the puppy face. Kitty face.
What? Will I have to remove you by force?
Bruh. There are reasons I cannot speak freely.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
Oh, so generous. Your honorable Emmett Selk.
I do not object to her attendance.
Thank you.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Perhaps. But I believe she can be trusted. Meteion would not have taken to her so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
As you wish, then. Behave yourself. Do you hear?
I'll try. Behave yourself. What the gosh. Look at him.
So, it's finally happened then.
Wait.
Aye. Van Daniels declared his intention to step down and named you as his preferred successor.
I knew it, you see?
In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure. And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation. I understand that you and Van Daniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Van Daniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the Star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
Return to the Star? Does that mean die?
Oh, thank you for asking that question.
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis?
I, 've, 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 'v, 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 He's beautiful.
Mankind
Okay.
is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just... I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all.
Oh, he still has like those struggles. Like it's similar, I guess, to Amon and Sunday.
Oh no. I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
Okay, but I don't want to miss what's going on in here. Ponder, warrant, third. You want to go outside? Go for a walk. Hermes gets sad when he thinks about death. Man! When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So, why did you come here? Sounds like fun. It will be, it will be. Where to start? Ah yes, let's talk to Memnon. He should be near the Aetheryte. I'm not good on explaining, but Memnon is, so you'll have to explain. Ready? Ready, precious? He is so cute. Wow, that's a big bird. Yeah, they... Oh, the ears and tails of a Oh yeah, there's no Mikotas, huh? There's only Elizan and Hire so far that I've seen. He called me a beast! I assume you're familiar like me, Tian. Oh. This is Mayla. Can you teach her about Elpis? It is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, you employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the wild, for it would lead to chaos. No. Any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to exist. Testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subject to hold on. Every candidate is subjected to rigorous study in which we identify their properties, surmise what habitats might be suitable, and speculate as to the effects that they may have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged a beneficial addition to the star, it would be allowed to take its place in the world. The two of you were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So heed your masters well and be good, do you hear? We will, Memnon, we will. Thanks for the lesson. Now what's your question? Where did you come from? Oh man, what do I want to say? Because I don't want to tell her everything from a place far, far away. They probably don't know it. I don't know. Oh, my power. I haven't told you about it. Oh yeah, tell me. A creation. Let's find a creation. One not being watched. Then I'll explain my power. Do you see this? Do you see this? Maybe there's nothing to read? Wait, please, wait. I'll try again. With you this time. Oh boy. No! Mayla, why did you agree? Oh my god. You'll see like... Greetings, can you hear me? This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me and protect my emotions to others in turn. And project? Oh, I didn't properly read it. I'm not actually speaking to you in your mind. Rather, you are converting my emotions into words and intention. The process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. This ability is vital to my mission, for it allows me to interact with intelligent beings, even should they communicate via unknown languages or other non-verbal means. As a consequence, I'm clumsy at perfect. Yet though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible, for everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbor an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. Out of respect for your privacy, I will refrain from using my power in speaking with you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. I want to be your friend too. You're so sweet. Did you hear me? I did. Good. Now it's my turn again. So, what are you good at? I'm good at punching things. I wouldn't say fighting, honestly. I think Mayla would keep it, you know, like fun and entertaining for her, so that way her mind is just busy on different matters other than, you know, the seriousness of Daniel. So I'm gonna say playing. I'm still not sure what that means. Hermes says let's play, but then he goes for a walk or looks at creations. It's fun, but no different from work. Oh. I think we might be bothering it. You're like, you're disturbing my peace. Okay, I'll leave at once. Let's keep going. We'll go and see Ithwante next. He's usually in a small building on the West Row. Hi. I like it too. It may seem that way, but it's due to your ability to share others' feelings. You've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now, but I'll bring one for Hermes. I'm sorry, Mela. I wanted to show you my favorite thing, then I can ask about yours, but I failed. Tell her what you like. I like chocolate. Oh, that's what you like? Yes. Yes, I can feel it. Your joy and happiness, right? And it makes me happy too. Thanks for sharing it with me, Mela. Well, we've walked and talked a lot. Maybe Hermes finished talking too. Shall we go? Oh, you're done. What? Back already? Petty, a bit longer. You're so rude! You're so rude. There you are. I can see a fresh air has done Meteon good. Mela wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught her. About this place, about my power, about your favorite food! I'm not sure if that last one will be of any use. But I do appreciate you keeping Meteon company. While you're away, I finished speaking with our guests. Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation, so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. My apologies. It has been decided that Emersalk and Hythlodaeus will accompany me as I tend to my... If you wish to learn more, perhaps you would like to come too? I'm compelled to remind you that she is in no way associated with the convocation. We simply chanced to meet at Propylaeon. There's no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private. I do not mind. To see the joy her presence brings Meteon, I cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbors malicious. Mela is kind. Really, truly, she taught me as much as I taught her. You're coming, of course. To watch Hermes? You're bound to learn lots and lots. Of course I'm coming. God, I love this so much.
Entelekis, like me.
What does that mean?
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions.
Oh.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
You see it?
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena. Are Antelekis.
Ah.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation.
I wonder how long they'll actually.
What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki. Like me. So... are we the same? Entelekis.
Well, aren't we ungrateful? Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Enteleki make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach it to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last. I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Zem is called Estrella. So when Estrella was given the position of Zem, she wanted to create her companion in order to, you know, go for travels and all that. So she took this to the bureau, and basically, yeah, like this was like her creation. This is her faithful companion, Orion.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we? You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment? I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as he kneeled beside the Elpis. or if he only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden, you are a strange one. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.